Nemo's coming.
He has superhuman strength.
We should find the fishman and kill him.
Wakanda will fall.
Hola Nate, ¿cómo estás? How are you?
I'm good. How you doing, Giovanni?
I'm very, very excited to talk to you. It's an honor, first of all.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you so much for producing some of my favorite Marvel movies, like all of them.
Thank you. That's nice of you to say, man.
Yeah, I was looking through your filmography, and you're like, that's one of my favorites. That's one of my favorites. That's one of my favorites. So,
Oh,
thank you so much for making the best one. And this one is no different. I mean, from the moment the movie started till the end, I was crying. And I really appreciate that it feels like everybody put their best to do the movie.
Yes.
I'm sure that it was a hard experience for everybody, but at the same time, the result is magical.
Yeah, I mean, you put your finger on it. Everybody put their everything into this film. I mean, from Ryan to Joe, our co-writer, to the cast, to the crew. It was a tough movie, but people believed in what we were trying to do, and collectively we got through the tough times and hopefully made something that is special, that audiences will respond to.
And I feel like we're all coming out from the pandemic, so we're all kind of grieving at the same time as
Yes.
as the world together. And it's so easy to connect to everybody, to Shuri's pain, to Shuri's anger,
Yes.
and to all the characters. It's like, I don't know, it's such a beautiful movie. And I feel like this movie, the story is very important. Like sometimes in the other movies, the spectacle and the action scenes and everything is like, of course we love it, but on this one it was totally about the story. How important was it to change what you guys had to make it to what it is now?
It was very important, and I think thematically Ryan is always interested in sort of big ideas and themes, and the story is built on those things. So hopefully it is important, and I think, you know, the film wants to be about sort of grief and where grief can drive you. And not only does it drive our Wakandan characters who suffered a loss of their king, but it drives the Talcanil characters, including Namor, for the loss that he experienced as a child. And so plot becomes theme, becomes character, and it's all talking about the same thing, which, to your point, I hope makes it feel seamless and makes everything feel important, because the intention is that it's all the same story.
And I also have to say that as a Mexican, I'm so happy the changes that you made to Namor and to his lore. When did this decision come? How did it happen?
Yeah, it was pretty early on. I mean, Ryan is a fan of Namor from the comics, but in starting to think about what the movie was, and to really again anchor the movie into themes about colonization and that trauma, you know, Atlantis in publishing is vaguely Roman, but it doesn't really feel specific. And to make Namor a true antagonist to Wakanda, you know, his point of view is, you've never been colonized. I know what that feels like, and that colors how I see the world. And then it became, you know, what cultures do we want to really anchor this into that felt resonant, that felt really interesting? And Mayan culture, again, past and present, is so rich, and it felt like there was a really interesting story to tell. And then the challenge is, okay, if we're going to really be inspired by this culture, we have to immerse ourselves as storytellers into that, from a production design standpoint, from a costume standpoint, from a music standpoint, from a dialect standpoint. You know, Namor and Tuva and Nemora speaking Yucatec Mayan was really important that we got that right, so that it felt as lived in as Wakanda.
It was beautiful. I was crying throughout the entire movie, both for grief, sadness, and also for happiness of what I was seeing representing our history and our culture. Thank you so much again. Nate, thank you for the movie. It's fantastic. I can't wait for everyone to watch it.
Awesome. Thanks, man. Have a great day.
Gracias. Adiós.